Hello everyone. So today we are going to be comparing two kinds of pine straw packaging. One is your standard bales of pine straws, and the other one is something like this, where it's, of course, you can see it's all wrapped up, nicely packaged. This is your typical Home Depot brand, and this pine straw in this package is stating, as part of its marketing, that two standard bales of pine straw would equal one of these. So I am curious to see if it says how it's marketing. So originally we mulch our community garden with your regular standard bales of pine straw that we purchased from a Boy Scout troop. And of course, they only had 9 left. So we purchased all of them. Oh, and we still have some beds that needed to be mulched still. So I was looking around, really couldn't find those standard pine straws that we were using. The ones that I could find would be this kind of packaging and the one where you have the bale wrapped with some kind of plastic in the center. So those are the only two options, especially if you are either going to Home Depot or Lowe's. And I noticed that the prices are different. So the ones where you have the plastic wrapping in the center, that one is running around $10, close to $11. And then you have something like this, all packaged, no mess and all that. This one was for $11.90 something cents, so $12. So I was wondering why they're a lot more expensive than the ones that I purchased. The standard bale of pine straw for $5.75. So upon closer inspection and then upon going online to figure out why they were more expensive, come to find out that whether you get this type right here or the kind where you have the plastic wrapped around, they're saying that one of theirs, whether it's this one or the other one, would equal two standard bale of pine straw. So, and that's why I would assume they are more expensive than the standard bale of pine straw. So that got me thinking, I wonder if it's true. So today I went out and bought four bags of this kind of pine straw packaging from Home Depot to see if it's true. So we will see, and you will get to see it with me. So I am calling this garden right here the Japanese garden. So the measurement for this was, let me make sure I remember. I'll put it on the screen for you. But if I can recall, it's 27 feet long and 15 feet wide. The community garden that has been finished, or that's finished, that one is 37 feet long, and I believe it's 17.5 feet wide. And we ended up using 5 bales of the standard pine straw. So based on ratio and proportion, I figure that this area would need 3.6 bales, so probably close to 3.5, so not quite 4 yet. So what that means is these 2 bags would be plenty to mulch this Japanese garden bed right here with some left over. So we will see together whether it is true or not. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so the first test we are going to do is see if one of these is heavier than one bale of standard pine straw. And it is, but there is some moisture in there, so that might not be a good one-to-one accuracy there. We are just going to cut this. All right. So the next thing that you could do is look to see how packed it is. All right, so as you can see, it is nicely packed, full of pine straw here. So that's a good sign. That's another good sign that there is more pine straw in here. So I do apologize ahead of time that I do not have any images or videos of the standard bales of pine straw because I was not planning to do this video at all. But because I couldn't find any more standard bales of pine straw to buy, that's why I ended up having to get this kind of pine straw, and it prompted me to do this video for you. So I apologize about that again for not having pictures or photos of the regular ones, but I'll put something up on the screen for you so you can kind of see what pine straws, the kind of pine straws that I was using earlier. Actually, let me show you. These are the strings that were tied to each bale of standard pine straw. I think the easiest is to open the whole bag. So all I have to do now is just apply this all over here, and I'll set the camera to do it in high speed mode, so that way it won't take so long. But basically this is what I'll be doing. All right, everyone, it is finally done. So as you saw, I ended up using both of these. Not very happy about it. The last bag, I try not to, like tear it up as much because I was hoping that there would be some left over so I could store the rest of the pine straw in there. So ended up using all of it, was expecting to have about half left over of one bag, but that didn't happen. So I would like to make this the most accurate conclusion of which one I think is better as much as possible. So we'll go over some of the discrepancies first. So the first one could be that it's user error. I could be applying more pine straw in this bed in certain areas more than other areas. The second discrepancy could be that I was applying a thinner layer in the community garden bed, and I say that is because the color of the prior mulch, I guess and originally it was kind of like the same color, and it had leaves, like broken down leaves in there. It underneath that it had old pine straws. So it could be that I only had to apply a thin layer. But upon closer inspection, it looked like I was applying the same thickness of pine straw in the community garden bed as well as this one. So, but I will say that those two could be the discrepancies that could lead to the result of what was found out. So, and then with this bed right here, I noticed that I was not able to finish the very edge over there. I had to use whatever's left on the bottom of the bag, and it was just very grind up pine needles, not the long pine needles in the other areas. So starting off, I was thinking that I would have half a bag left over, or a little less and have a bag left over, but that was not the case. I didn't even have enough to finish up the rest of the bed here. All right, are you ready for my conclusion? So drum roll, please. So based on what I've seen here, and this is based on my opinion, it could be different where you are, but based on what I've seen here, I think one bag of Home Depot pine straw only equals to maybe 1.5 bales of the standard pine straws, not two. So not two like it has been marketed. So this is based on my opinion, and you have seen it for yourself it what 2 bags covered, and the measurement, it could be a discrepancy too, but for the most part, I think the measurement was accurate. So, plus or minus, but you would think that I would have plenty of the two to cover this whole space, but I was shy of maybe by 2 feet, 2 feet in length. So, because of that, I don't think it's very accurate at all, just based on my assessment here. So, going forward, I don't think that I would like to buy any more of these bag of pine straw. I might try the one with the plastic wrapped around the center and see if that one's better. But as far as this one goes, the bagged pine straw goes, I don't think I will be buying that. And I think it will make our money go a lot longer if we were to just get the standard baled pine straw. So based on what has been seen today, not only is I feel like the marketing is not completely true, but that each bag of the pine straw has debris, unwanted things that are in there. So the first bag came with all of this junk that we can't even use. So I'm pretty sure this was factored into the size of the bag or the pine straw that we are being charged for. So this is in one bag. So this is all things that we don't want in there because this is not what we're buying. And this was the second bag. Look at that. So almost the same amount of unwanted material that we may have been paying for based on the cubic feet that they were talking about. So I feel like instead of getting these, I could have gotten pine straws, and that could have, both of these together could have filled up the empty space that I was referring to earlier. Now, in the standard bale of pine straw, I don't remember seeing any junk in there. If I did, it was very minimal, that it didn't bother me at all. That's why it's the reason why I'm thinking I don't remember, but I don't remember seeing anything like that would be worth, like would bother me to bring it up. So anyway, so that's another good reason or bad reason not to buy the bagged pine straw from Home Depot, for example. All right, so now let's talk about the pros and cons of using pine straw in your garden bed. So with pine straw, it holds everything in nicely, and this is a reason why I wanted to try it out. Now, in the beginning, when I was a new gardener, I probably tried pine straw a few times, but I was so new that I really wasn't paying close attention to whether I liked it or not, for all the various reasons. But now, starting this year, I'm going to be paying attention because I have erosion issue when it rains. So pine straw could help to hold in things really well, like it keeps in the water or whatever it is, hold things really well. When it rains, the water runs down this way, and the mulch would collect way down on the bottom over there, so that's not a good thing. So I'm hoping that the pine straw will be helping this area a lot better. So I just thought it'd be a good idea to use it this year. The other good thing is how it looks. It looks very beautiful. It looks like it's part of this natural environment that we have here, because we have pine trees and things like that. It kind of blends in really well. So now here's a negative thing about the pine straw. Remember, I mentioned that it holds things really well. Well, it also acts like a Velcro. So if you have leaves or other debris just flying across it, or fly into it like today because it's windy, guess what it's going to do? It's going to trap leaves and everything else too. So the pine straw was placed at the community garden, I would say a couple of days ago, and there are leaves now. So the leaves are trapped in there. Just know that it's going to trap leaves and whatever debris really well. So it might not be a pretty look. We will see, because if it does really good with the water erosion here, then it will be worth it to use, even if I would only be using in this bed right here. So just something for you to think about if you would like to use pine straw in your own garden. So now you know that it's probably better not to buy these bagged pine straw, and maybe try to use the one that is wrapped to plastic. I have not tried that yet. If you would like me to do a video on that, I'll be happy to. So if you have a choice, I would go with your old standard bales of pine straw, because I think they are definitely worth your money. So with that, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. And until the next video, take care and bye for now. Well, thank you again for watching the video. If you would like to support my channel, please subscribe and watch some of the other videos. The video links are up above for you. So with that, thank you so much in advance. Take care and bye for now.